Hello everyone, welcome along to another exciting edition of the trending story on Nigeria Footballers TV. Well, the topic we're going to be talking about on this edition is quite an interesting one. Super Eagles manager, as it stands, General, because as far as we're concerned, is still the manager of the national team. There are reports that he's released a 40-man provisional squad list for the African Cup of Nations, and one name that seems to be in the lips of everyone is the potential return rather, of Victor Moses to the national team. Reports had it that he's been included in this 40-man provisional squad. But I will be speaking to sports journalist Edafe Matthew Eseoghene, popularly known as the Elegbete one of sport, for his take on Victor Moses' inclusion in this provisional list. Stay with us, guys. It is still the trending story on Nigeria Footballers TV. All right, the Elegbete one of sport, welcome to the trending story on Nigeria Footballers TV.
Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor and it's a pleasure to be on your show.
All right, so news making the rounds is General is still the manager of the Super Eagles as it stands. News making the round that he has released a 40-man provisional squad list for the African Cup of Nations, and one name on the lips of everybody is the inclusion of Victor Moses. Of course, we know Victor Moses retired, but he's been included in this 40-man provisional squad. Now, from your end, how truthful is this story? Is it true that Victor Moses has been included in the 40-man provisional squad?
Please, you know, when you ask me how truthful, it feels like I'm the media officer of the Super Eagles or the NFF or probably the PA to gonna drop. Well, it's actually true. From the scope that I got, it's true that Victor Moses is on the list that the manager forwarded to the technical committee of the Nigerian Football Federation for perusal. Now, it is also true that apart from Gunnar, there are also forces within the FA, the NFF president, and other people who's been pushing for Victor Moses to return. And it's been a long conversation. This is not something that started today. It's been a long conversation. But let's go into one of the nitty-gritty of the conversation. Is the fact that Victor Moses have not, stated interest that he wants to come back. Victor Moses felt like the Nigerian media don't like him. So there is a small issue of Victor Moses' life story not tallying with reality. Because before we accuse people, Victor Moses is afraid of showing up and the journalists asking him questions about his family again. So that's the reason why he retired. It wasn't like, oh, they offended him in the national team or anything went wrong. Victor Moses played very well for the national team, won the league with Chelsea under Antonio Conte. Everywhere he's gone, he's also done very well. Now, let's look at the Super Eagles. Why Victor Moses? That's the question that some people are asking. If Victor Moses is coming back, is Mikel Obi also going to come back? So let's pin it down to this fact. You look at the Super Eagles, who have about 8 weak players in the team, if my memory serves me right. But actively, there are about 6 of them. Ahmed Musa, Samuel Kalu, Chukwueze.
Yeah, because I was about to ask you, what does it bring to the team, because the variety of wingers we have.
Yeah, we have all of these wingers, but they all have the same handicap. Our wingers don't cross the ball accurately. And it's not something to argue. It's not something to say, oh, you are being emotional, you're being sentimental about it. If you look at the number of goals returned in this qualifier, we're among the list of the 10 countries that qualify. Some people scored 23 goals in this qualifiers. We scored only 9. And that's a result of the fact that our wingers don't really know how to put the ball on the plate. There is a difference between just lumping the ball up in the air. We had more corner kicks than some of the teams that qualified above us in the group in terms of the ranking, in terms of number of goals scored. But we converted the least number of goals from the corner kick because 90% of our corner kick were going to the first pole, into the head or the leg of the opposition player, or way over the entire horde of players that are in the 80-yard box. And Nigeria is an attacking team. It's not like we're a sit back, pack the box kind of team. So we always have players in the box. But unfortunately, our wingers are not crossing it very well. And then there's something called the low crossing, where you get to the byline and you cut the ball back. We don't have anybody that is doing that. Victor Moses comes with that experience, that knowledge, and no player in the Super Eagles currently have the ability to win penalties like Victor Moses. So these are some of the things that they are looking at. We're not going to the Nations Cup. We've missed out on 2 Nations Cup previously before we went to Egypt in 2019. We're looking at an opportunity to win it. And every Arsenal, every tool that we have that can give us a winning chance, It's what we're looking at. So I think it's a good one that Victor Moses is coming back. Victor Moses is coming back. I'm going to be among those who's shouting hooray. I'm going to be very happy. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be ecstatic about it because I know what he's coming with. And I know that he could make Taiwo Awoniyi, Victor Onuachu, Jude Odiegalo. That is if he will continue to play, because I don't feel like he's happy if he continue to play for the national team and a host of other players, even Kelechi Iheanacho, to score more goals.
I highlighted the qualities of Victor Moses. I mean, he's having a brilliant season in Russia with Sparta Moscow, you know, getting assists, scoring goals and all that, even playing the wing back role so well. Now he's going to be recalled into the national team. We don't know if he's going to accept the invite, if he's going to come back. But before Victor Moses, Jude Odiegalo was recalled. We all saw the reaction from the fans, and now Victor Moses is about to get recalled. Any comparison for you between these two call-ups? I know. What's your take regarding these two call-ups, looking at it from your perspective?
I think that Nigerians, when you make one mistake, you learn from your mistake. Nigerians are wiser now. When Jude Odiegalo was invited, I was one of those who also said that he should have been invited. Well, Osimhen got injured. And we all of a sudden realize, that they say breeze don't blow, foul, whatever, don't open. All of a sudden, Osimhen got injured, and we realize that we don't have the strikers that we claim, that we have. Okay, now we don't have any arrowhead. So it is, thank God, we have Jude Odiegalo. With Victor Moses, it's a different kettle of fish. We know we have wide players are plenty, but unfortunately, they are not doing the job. The tools that we have is not functioning. So Victor Moses is coming as a savior, as a Calvary, a mercenary to come and help. I don't think there's a problem. There's anybody who will be out there to complain that, oh, Victor Moses is coming, why are you bringing him back? It's like, if we have a Eberechi Eze, maybe playing well, he had not gotten injured. If he's playing very well tonight, he might play a few games before the Nations Cup. And when he plays those games, one of the things that will come across your mind is, if he agrees to play for Nigeria and it comes between choosing him and Alex Iwobi, nobody's going to argue that you're dropping Alex Iwobi. We might, for a long time that he's given to the national team, but Alex Iwobi does not really add value to the team. So it's the same thing with the white men that we have. We have a lot of white men who are not adding value. This is not about, oh, they are your friends, they will get offended, they will not grant you interview again. But it's just a fact. They are not adding value. If they improve their game, we will need them. Victor Moses is needed in the team. And if he comes and the coach says he wants the player, why not? Give him that opportunity.
All right, so we've talked about Victor Moses, Gallo getting recalled and all that. Now, General, the manager, what's your take on the whole issue surrounding the manager getting raw and the whole issue of him getting sacked, not getting sacked, and what is your take on the whole raw situation with the Super Eagles?
Now, I think that the NFF bungled it. Okay, if you want, there's nothing wrong with sacking a coach, but you need to get the timing right. So if you wanted to sack Ganatrol, you should have your money ready to fire him. You know what you wrote in the contract that you gave him. You gave him a contract that you expected him to refuse. He did not refuse it. He renewed. Once he renewed, if you're looking for a leeway to sack him, get the good sponsors to pay their money upfront and then fire him. But unfortunately, the NFF is like somebody who is living in the house of his mother-in-law with his wife and children. But then he also wants to make unnecessary demands. So when the mother-in-law tells you, go and wash the car, go and do this, and you say you're the man of the house, you can't be man of the house when you're squatting with somebody. That's exactly the situation that the NFF are in. If the NFF have money, they would have sacked him. They didn't have money. They shouldn't have leaked all those information that they're sacking him, creates all those bad blood. Some of the players don't know where they stand because of a truth. Some players now know that if a coach is fired and a new coach comes in, some of them will not even make the team to the Nations Cup. So they are shaky, their loyalty and commitment is also shaking. I thought that that's where they got it wrong. But having done that, let's look past all of the mistakes and then find a solution. If we can't get a foreign coach because of the money involved, one of the things that we should know, one of the things we should do is give Ganatrol the chance to go ahead. If we also insist that we don't want Ganatrol, there is a Guavon there. There is Emmanuel Amunike. They might not win us the Nations Cup, but everybody would understand the circumstances in which they got the job. And then we can understand and then move on and try to qualify for the World Cup. What I am asking is, we shouldn't throw away the chance of qualifying for the World Cup because Nigeria needs to be at the World Cup in Qatar. It does look like a World Cup that might favor African teams because of where it is being played. Well, a World Cup was hosted in Africa and in favor as well. It does look like that one because European teams will suffer, even though they're going to play it in November. And I think that European teams will suffer. So it's going to be a battle between Africans and North America or South America, sorry. we shouldn't waste that opportunity to get past the proverbial high mountain of the second round or the round of 16. We should go further by setting our house in order. But if we know we can't pay Gunnar and we can't get a new coach, let's give him all the support that he needs, put him where, pamper him, and let him get the result that we need from him.
All right, thank you, the Elegbete One of Sports, for being on the trending story on Nigeria Footballers TV. It's a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much for having me, and it's an honor. This will add to my CV now that I've been on this prestigious show with Emmanuel Sebastian Manning.
Thank you very much. All right, guys, so there you have it from the Elegbete One of Sports, as he's fondly called, his take on the potential return of Victor Moses, what he brings different to the national team compared to the current crop of wingers we have at the moment. But Victor Moses really wants to return to the national team. We don't know what his decision will be. The Elegbete One of Sports also gave us his take on the Gennett Ross situation with the national team and, who he would love to see manage the team. Why not give Eguavon a chance? Emmanuel Amunike also a chance with the national team. But we still have Gennett Ross, and we don't know what the future holds. But, guys, there you have it from sports journalist, Elegbete One of Sports, Edafe Matthew Eseoghene. Guys, it is still the trending story on Nigeria Footballers TV. And like I always say, don't forget, keep it locked with us across all our social media platforms. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We are Nigeria Footballers on YouTube for premium Nigerian football content. I remain Emmanuel Sebastian. Till I come away again next time, we are Nigeria Footballers.